just woken up. I've powered through these zodiac readings. I feel like I didn't even have the energy because it, even though I'm a Gemini and my Mercury's in Gemini, so I am very talkative, it takes a lot of energy for me to like do these readings. So by the time I finish, I'm like already drained, because I want to do all these zodiacs and then I want to do a collective because I'm feeling an urge to. And then on top of that, I do my pick a pals because my pick a pals is what made people even come to my channel. So I feel like you guys prefer the pick a pals more. But I feel the urge to do these zodiacs and the collectives. So anyways, I just want to say thank you to everybody who have been checking out my channels, been checking out my Instagrams. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. I do post readings as well. I have 2 Instagrams. One is for tarot, one is just a personal music page. And then I have my TikTok, which one is just for fun, and then one is for like readings and subliminals. So feel free to check that out. I am taking personal readings. I have a lot of time on my hands, so if you want to know the details behind that, check me out. My prices are not that expensive, if I'm going to be honest with you, because I'm not really that much into bumping up the prices. I mean, I used to back in the day. But I understand the cost of living and whatnot, and I get money through YouTube anyway, so whether you get a personal reading or not, I get paid regardless, so it's fine. There's no pressure there, but just a massive thank you. I just want to preference that this reading may or may not resonate with everybody. I know everyone says that, but it's just some people think if it doesn't resonate with them, then it's not true. But it's just not your story today, honey. But it is what it is. And I try my best to stay away from love, as in like I try to make it general, but sometimes just love just ends up taking over the reading. So that's just not my fault, okay? So with that being said, what's going on with Libra? What's the current energy of Libra? What is going on with Libra, Spirit? Okay, we have gratitude. We have crown chakra. We have karmic. I'm hearing pay attention to something. Pay attention to something. So there's something you need to be paying attention to, Libra. We have the sacral chakra. We have I'm busy. And we have no. Okay, I'm hearing people pleasers. At the bottom of the deck, we have solar plexus. So what I'm getting for you, Libra, I'm getting a really clear message. I'm getting a message that, I mean, you guys get this stereotype for being the people pleasers of the zodiac, like not knowing how to say no. It may not be true for every Libra, but I mean, there's no shame in admitting it. I'm a Libra moon, so I grew up with this mentality of wanting to keep the peace, wanting to make others happy, even if it means sacrificing who I am. I just wanted to be liked, when I was younger. But then as I grew up, I realized, why am I doing so much? Like, why do I care so much to grow and evolve for other people? Why do I care so much to give and give and give for other people who are not even giving to me? Like, I feel like I grew to be unapologetic, right? Because I just feel like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to be me. And whoever doesn't like me, doesn't like me, okay? Who cares, right? Some people will, some people won't. But I feel like with Libra, you guys get the stereotype of wanting to be liked by every single person. So you may do things for other people, even if it's at your own detriment, right? But what I'm getting here is you guys, one of your karmic lessons, because we do have karmic, or you could be saying no to a karmic or rejecting a karmic if it's pertaining to love. But overall, for those of you who are not dealing with someone specific, I feel like this karmic and no is more like one of your life lessons or this lifetime is to put up firm boundaries, to say no to people and not worried about how they feel rejected. Or because I feel like sometimes a Libra can, you can not accidentally, but like unintentionally lead people on romantically, even if you're not interested in them, even if you know you don't have a future with them, even if you know for a fact, like, this is what I want in a person, and this person may not tick all your boxes, but you may feel like, oh, but they do so much for me and I feel bad now, and oh, they keep pestering me, so let me just continue on with the relationship, or oh, they're so good looking, but they don't have anything else to offer and they're not really compatible with me, so let me just be with them. And I feel like one of your lessons in this lifetime is to learn to be saying no. Sorry, I hear my son making so much noise. It's actually really frustrating. Yeah, sorry guys. It's just my eldest son, he was just slamming doors and being silly because he knows when I do tarot reading, like I'm distracted. But he was too loud for me to even focus on the reading, so I had to tell him to stop and move him to a different room. But yeah, I feel like you're learning how to say no to people. You're learning how to put your foot down and be clear and concise. I feel like sometimes, Libra, you may worry about how you make other people feel. Like, even if you don't want to be with someone, or you don't want to do a certain job, or you don't want to do a certain thing, you may feel like you have trouble speaking up for yourself or saying no because you don't want to hurt these people's feelings. But I feel like now you're like, you know what? This is my life lesson. I need to have enough self-confidence and self-love in myself to understand that, yeah, maybe not everybody's going to like me. And yeah, I may say a few things that are going to upset people. And yeah, I may feel free to speak my mind. But at the end of the day, I'm putting my foot down. I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied. And I believe I deserve better, or I want to go towards better. Okay. So be careful that you're not stringing people along unintentionally due to, you know, thinking about their feelings. Like, if you want something or a job or someone, it's okay to speak up your mind and say it. You don't need to continue things or continue connections with friends, lovers, family, whatever, just for the sake of keeping the peace, or because you know it's going to upset them, or you know they're going to be whiny about it, you know? But we have the crown chakra and the busy. I feel like you're going to get intuitive messages soon. Crown chakra is all about the connection to God, the connection to the divine, how you receive your messages. It's just feeling, you know, oneness. It's the antenna of the head. It's the highest chakra, right? I feel like you're going to get insight as to what you should do as a job. Maybe there's a job that you're doing right now that you don't feel really fulfilled with. You feel like it's not really your calling. You feel like you need to get out of it, but it's just like you don't know what else to do. Like you've invested some time into it. It's what you're used to. But maybe in this workplace, some of you may not feel as respected. You may feel like you're taken advantage of, or you put a lot of effort, but it never really goes noticed, or you just feel tired of this place. I feel like you're keeping so busy at that, but I feel like your higher self wants to let you know that maybe you're supposed to be doing something different, but you may be doing this because it keeps the bills paid and whatnot, but you're going to get insight as to what you are more guided towards. Or you could be working your way up in a profession and you may get to a certain position where you actually enjoy it more than where you're at now. But I feel like this reading so far is tying in between self-worth, self-love, confidence, knowing what you deserve, working hard on yourself and thinking, you know what, I deserve better, I can do this, and you know, I don't want to settle for the bare minimum anymore. And that's in jobs, that's in love, that's in friendships, that's in family, that's in everything, because we have sacral chakra and gratitude. I feel like you guys are practicing more of a case of being grateful for what you do have, making use of what you do have, creativity. I feel like there's something that you want to do that requires you to think outside the box. But sacral chakra is about creativity, so I do feel like you're being grateful for the things that have come into fruition. You could have someone who wants to support you and help you and make something with you, and I feel like you're learning how to be grateful for the present moment. At the bottom of the deck we do have the solar plexus, so this is about confidence and putting yourself out there. I feel like maybe you might not be as talkative towards people, but yeah, I feel like you are being called to do something creative and called to set firm boundaries. Maybe setting boundaries is a thing that you don't really particularly do best at the moment, but I feel like you're growing into that, right? So what's happening for Libra in the month of September? What's happening for Libra in the month of September? We have the Hierophant, we have the Lover's card, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Emperor, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the Fool card, and we have the Empress. Next up we have the Two of Cups. Ooh. So what I'm getting here is I'm getting a lot of prestigeness. I feel like you guys, the more you invest in yourself, the more you pour into yourself and love up on yourself, people are starting to respect you more. That's what I'm getting with the Emperor and the Hierophant. I feel like your status is improving. Some of you could even be getting recognition online. But that message might not be for everyone, but I feel like you guys are becoming highly respected and people are seeing you more in your boss energy and more of your assertive energy and just working on yourself. And the more you pour into yourself, even if it's just shadow work, even if it's just loving up on yourself, doing skincare routines, whatever it may be, the more you invest in yourself, the more respect and prestige you're getting from other people, because you're just controlling yourself. You're focused on yourself. You're not interested in controlling what other people are doing. And I think because of that, It's making people respect you even more. Okay. I do feel like you could have a potential lover. Okay, we have the Lovers card and the Queen of Swords. I feel like you guys are starting to be a bit more logical when it comes to navigating, finding a soulmate or being in a soulmate commitment. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Taurus, a Gemini, an air sign, Aries. I said that, Libra, like yourself, any water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but the signs are not really relevant. What I'm getting here is when it comes to matters of the heart and matters of love, I see you taking more of a logical approach. This is such a promotion for me because I did write a song called Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords does represent Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, right? But I feel like you don't want to just accept anyone and everyone. I feel like in the past, when it comes to love, you guys are representative of the planet Venus, which is love and beauty. I feel like you flock towards people who you find attractive, beautiful to look at, easy on the eyes. And maybe in your mind, you had a particular idea of who you'd like to be with long term. They gotta be good looking. They have to have a degree, a graduate job. They gotta be stable. They gotta be this. But I feel like sometimes in the past, you may have ignored some of what you wanted. Like you may have been like, say for example, if you want a particular race or you want your own race, it's like you may have said, I want this, but then you may have gone for something else, or you may have said, I want someone who has this qualification, but you may have ignored it if they didn't have it, just because you find them good looking, or just because, they were nice to you a few times and you don't want to hurt their feelings. You may have sacrificed a lot to make the peace when it comes to your relationships, but I feel like now you're in this zone of like, listen, I know what I want now. Maybe before you were in a wishy-washy energy where you didn't know what you want. You're just thinking, I want love, but I don't know what specifically I want. I know I want to be treated like a princess if you're a woman, or I want to be treated like a prince if you're a man. But it's like you didn't know exactly pinpoint what you want them to look like, or how, like what other things they have to offer to the table. But I feel like now you're coming to a clear senses of like, I know exactly what I want in a person, in a soulmate, in a connection. And this is coming from logic now. Okay, this is like, okay, this is what I want, and if I don't get this, then I'm ready to walk away. I'm ready to let things go. It may have been very hard for you. You may have felt like, oh my god, like I don't want to let people go, I don't want to hurt feelings, or you may have stayed in a relationship or situations because you feel like, oh well, that's what I'm used to, and that's all I know now, and I don't want to hurt their feelings, I don't want to break their heart. Even if you lose feelings for someone, you may feel inclined to just stay because you think maybe the feelings will come back. But what I'm getting here is now you're being more logical. It's like you're not afraid to cut things off if they have overstayed their welcome, or if they need to come to an end. Because I feel like this is a new change in you, because we do have the Ten of Swords. This is endings. It's like, I feel like for some of you, I don't want to scare everyone, but I feel like if you're in a relationship and you're not satisfied, you feel like they're not the one for you, I feel like you're coming to an end of a relationship, or vice versa. Maybe someone's coming to an end with you, but I feel like something's coming to an end so that something new can begin. I feel like you could have overstayed a situation, whether it be work, finances, love, whatever. But I feel like now you realize it's drained you. It's not for you. You're not compatible. It's not what it is. So I feel like you're just now ready for the new. You're setting boundaries. You're starting to tell people, hey, listen, I don't resonate with you. You don't resonate with me. I think things need to come to a standstill. But I'm getting like, all endings are not always like great. I'm not gonna lie, it's not always good to end a relationship. It's painful for both sides, or maybe one side even more. But it's like you feel like you owe it to the truth. You're coming up as very blunt with people. You're just telling people how it is and not knowing how they're gonna take it, but you're just being honest with how you feel. You're taking more control in your life, and it's what's going to earn you a lot of respect. I feel like even if you do hurt someone's feelings, or someone hurts your feelings, or something comes to an end, at least the truth would have come out, and the boundaries would have been set. And then you're able to move forward, because after an ending becomes a beginning. The Fool card is just all about experiencing the new, and I feel like your heart desires something new, something fresh. Okay, we have the Two of Cups and the Empress. So I do feel like once you've gone through these endings and these cycles, you're going to be investing so much into yourself, looking beautiful, looking handsome, getting abundance, just really focusing on you. Libras often get a bad rap for not being single. Like you guys often get a bad reputation for always having an option, always being in love with someone romantically, always putting someone first or whatever. But I feel like you're entering an era where you're not going to be afraid to be on your own. You're going to want to be single. You're going to want to pour into yourself. And the more you focus on yourself and you set firm boundaries with other people, now you attract, the irony is you're attracting love. You're attracting a soulmate. You're attracting someone who's going to love you in this new authentic form of you. And it's funny because you may not even be wanting love. Like once you leave a situation, you're going to be like, okay, it is what it is. But I feel like the more you invest in yourself is when you're going to attract someone new, and this person is going to be your soulmate. So anyone from the past has not been the soulmate, but more like a karmic situation. And it doesn't always have to be toxic. It could just mean, we've outgrown each other. We're not resonating on the same frequency. You could be elevating. This other person's not elevating. They're just staying stagnant in their life. So you've achieved a lot of milestones, a lot of accolades, and then maybe the people you've been with in the past are not doing anything with their life. They're just sitting down and being lazy and just chilling. So maybe I think a part of you may get tired of that. Not in a kind of betrayal kind of way, but in a way where you're like, you're not growing. You could have helped this person find their own path and invest in themselves, but maybe they're just not doing it. So I see you guys wanting to let go of such people and just focus more on yourself because you want to grow. And sometimes to move things along in your life, you've got to let people from the past go. Sometimes they're stagnant and they're holding you back. But then the irony is you end up meeting someone who's on your level, someone who knows what you're about, who's doing the same thing as you, who's on the same frequency as you. So it will help you just kind of move forward, right? Is there anything that Libra needs to know for September? Is there anything that Libra needs to know for September? I did see the devil card pop up, I'm not gonna lie. It's popping up here and there. Is there anything that Libra needs to know for September? Oops. Is there anything that Libra needs to know for September? Okay, we do have the Two of Swords. We do have the Five of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed, the Tower card reversed. Oh, this took a turn. The World card, the Eight of Cups, and the Hierophant along with the Seven of Cups. So what I'm getting here is just when you're making new improvements to your life, you're just trying to move forward, you're no longer sitting in the stagnant energy. Some of you just want to grow, you want to change, you want to evolve, you want to experiment with life and try new experiences. I feel like someone doesn't want to let you go. Okay, I'm going to keep it real. I feel like someone does not want to let you go. Someone who was very immature, someone who probably doesn't have as much as you, probably someone who's a bit stagnant in their own life. Yeah, I feel like they're not growing and they're not elevating, they're not focused. I feel like you have a codependent person on you, and it's gonna be feeling quite overwhelming and quite draining to be around this person. So I do see you wanting to leave this situation. It doesn't have to be a forever leaving situation, because the Eight of Cups can sometimes denote I'm leaving, I need a break just to figure out what I want and just to figure out on myself, and then they come back around. The two may have elevated, but I feel like someone in the past in your energy is not growing and they're actually becoming codependent and stagnant. And you may feel like you may start to see this person as a little bit of a burden. You may feel like I don't know what to do with you, and I feel that they may use emotional manipulation, because we do have the Five of Swords. This could be an argument that leads to an eventual ending with the World card, or a cycle being done, or this could just be emotional manipulation where you try and leave or you try and implement some space and they may feel some type of way about it. They may want to fight with you, or they may feel like, oh, how could you do this to me? And then it may have you in your feels thinking you don't want to be a bad person, because I know Libras, like, they don't want to be bad people. They don't like to hurt people. They want to do everything they can to make everyone happy, and they like compromise. But I feel like this may be a situation where it needs to end, but they may just be clinging on to you because their life is not going well, right? And the Devil card did want to pop up, so it is somebody who refuses to let you go, or a situation that refuses to end, right? Even though it needs to end, because we do have the Tower card reverse, which is a delayed ending. So be careful, because this person might be very convincing with their words and emotions, and they may know to say the right words to get you to feel like you should change your mind, because we do have the Two of Swords. This is going to make you very indecisive, and this is going to delay any sort of change. Like, when you see the Tower card upright in tarot, when everybody first started reading tarot, even me, when I started reading tarot, I used to get scared of this card, because this is like endings. This is like unexpected changes. This is like something you didn't see coming. It's just out of nowhere. And people would get scared when they would see this. But as I've studied spirituality and I've lived my life, I realized the Tower card is a beautiful card. It's about shifting. It's about alignment. Sometimes you lose something to get something better. Sometimes it's just, people have a fear of the unknown. People like what's comfortable. But the more you surrender yourself to the universe and you break out this whole fucking matrix situation, you start to realize that these changes are for your necessary growth, for your evolvement, and it's okay. But when it's reversed, this means it's going to be very delayed, because this person's going to have you feeling confused. And when you're feeling confused, you're not going to make the best of decisions. So there could be a delay in shift because of stagnant energy of past people who don't want to let you go. But I do feel like if you are to successfully overcome that, you're going to be granted with lots of opportunities in love and lots of opportunities in life. I do feel like so many people will want to partner up with you once you invest more in yourself and you break away from people who no longer serve you. Okay, but with this Seven of Cups, this is just options and opportunities and respect and prestige. I feel like that's what you truly want, but not out of ego, but more so out of, you've spent your whole life doing things for others. Like, for once, you want to be recognized for the things that you do. You want to be appreciated for the things that you do. You want the same respect that you give to others to be given back to you. And I feel like once you put yourself first and once you respect yourself, then other people are going to start to give you that same energy, right? That's how it usually works. You're going to be selective with your time and selective with who you give your time to. Okay. Can I have a 10 card spread for Libra? Okay, we have the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the 9 of Cups. We have the Fool card. We have the Lovers. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Magician. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the 2 of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is some of you could be feeling very overwhelmed at times, okay? Where like you feel like you're lacking, you feel like overwhelmed, stressed out, overburdened. Maybe it's to do with work. You really just want to feel stable, but you may not be happy where you're at, but it's like you have to just keep going, but you feel like there's something like something in your heart space that's making you feel like this can't be it. There's more to life than this. Like, why am I feeling this way? I want to leave the situation, but it's like I have no option. But this is just an illusion. You always have an option, Libra. You always have these blessings to work from. You always have an option to change your life. But you may feel like at times it's stressful and you can't take the pressure of it. And you may feel like you're misunderstood, like no one understands you, like you're all alone. Like you may feel like no one really actually gets you at times. The obstacle here is the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like sometimes you just want to be selfish in the most healthiest way. This is an obstacle. Like, you have to spread yourself out so thin to keep it together, to be stable. But I think sometimes you just want to focus more on yourself and not have to worry about other people and just invest in your own finances, invest in yourself and spoil yourself. But this is an obstacle. This is something that you're having trouble getting towards because you're having to split your time and energy with everybody and consider other people's feelings. I feel like sometimes you also want to be taken care of, but at times if it can feel a bit lonely at times. You feel like, oh, why am I doing this for everyone? I just want someone to take care of me for once, or I just want my time away from everyone so I can take care of me, right? In the past, you had people offering you a lot of cups, a lot of romance, a lot of here and there, but it may not have been of anything of substance. It may have just been a good time. You guys may have enjoyed yourselves, but then you're kind of getting out of that phase and starting to think, you know what, maybe I want better for myself. Maybe there's more to life than this, you know? I do feel with this 9 of Cups, this is what you want. For once, you just want your wishes to be fulfilled, and you want it to be fulfilled for yourself. I feel like you just want to manifest the ideal life on your own for yourself before you even jump into anything with anyone. And I feel like most of the time it feels like you're self-sacrificing for other people, okay? I feel like what you want is just new. It's like your heart craves new experiences, travel, freedom, a change of environment, a change of job, a change of a relationship. You just want something new and fresh. You just want to live your life without having to think about consequences for once, or other people's opinions. You could be very self-conscious at times, where you just want to be accepted and understood, and sometimes it could be hard to be accepted and hard to understand. So I get that. But what's coming is a soulmate. So you may feel like you may have been the type of Libra that's always in a relationship, always in a connection. You don't know how to be on your own. And then finally, when you just want to break from the noise and you want to be on your own, you want to be single, you want to just keep to yourself. Some of you have been single for quite some time, but you're always getting people who are offering their cups towards you, always people who are just trying to mess with your energy and just waste your time, distract you. You may just enjoy being on your own, and then boom, love just comes because it just, squirts up out of nowhere. It could be a Gemini, but yeah, I do feel like you are attracting a soulmate. The more you focus on yourself and you invest in yourself and be healthily selfish at times, I feel like that's what's going to be attracting more people who want your energy. Okay, the strength is you're becoming more confident. You're starting to speak up for yourself, be more assertive, and go after your dreams without having to worry about how other people are going to take it, receive it. You're just going to be doing you, but you're highly protected. So don't even worry. You may feel like, should I do this? Should I do that? What if I don't have enough finances for this? Or what if people look at me a certain way? I feel like you're just like, it is what it is. I just don't want to be restricted anymore. I'm letting myself free, You're being seen as a magician. I feel like sometimes people may find you hard to read, Libra. They may never know what your next move is. And you could be in this energy on purpose because you're trying to manifest a life for yourself, but you're starting from within, you're starting from yourself. And what people don't realize is when you focus more on yourself and you do the shadow work, then on the outer, it shows on the outer appearance. Other people start being attracted to you. Everybody starts looking at you with awe, and then you start attracting other people. You start radiating at a new frequency. So I think that's why people are seeing you as the magician. I feel like what you're trying to avoid is hurt feelings, betrayal. You don't want to end things to hurt people. I feel like you're trying to avoid anything that's going to result in pain, whether it's on your end or other people's end. Okay, but the outcome is the Two of Wands. You have to choose a path in your life. It doesn't have to always pertain to career or love, but I feel like you forget that you have full control over your life. I know sometimes it may feel overwhelming and you may feel like you don't have that control in your life, but I guarantee you have full control over your life, like full control. You hold the world in your hands. So you don't have to let anyone dictate what your life is supposed to be like, not even society, which is a current thing for a lot of the zodiacs. A lot of people are feeling like I should do this because it's expected of me. I feel like you're coming to a point where you don't need to do things which are expected of you. It's okay. You can go your own path. You can pave your own way. If you're feeling overwhelmed with a job, it's okay. Save up some money, take the L here and there, and then locate to a different job. It doesn't always have to be what's expected of you. You may feel like, oh, I'm reaching this age, so I'm supposed to be married or I'm supposed to be mature by this. But you're just like, nah, like I'm okay being single. I'm okay not having to get to that point too, So you need to just keep that in mind, that you hold the power in what path you're going to go towards in your life, okay? And that's okay. At the bottom of the deck, we do have Ace of Pentacles. So you will be presented with opportunities, but you need to choose yourself, Libra. Okay? I'm going to get some advice for you. Maybe I should title this, Choosing Yourself is What's Going to Make You Win in Life. Okay. We have peaceful resolution. So some of you may have had arguments with people, or you may have had endings with people, but I see you guys getting closure and coming to a peaceful resolution with this person or people. We have recovery. Yeah, so some of you could have gone through a breakup, but you may have the right closure. You may have ended it in the correct way, or will be ending it in the correct way. But then it's going to provide a lot of healing, a lot of growth. I'm being called to tell you to meditate, to pray, because I do feel like that is what's going to be needed. And, you're ready. You're ready. So if you've been thinking, am I ready to start this course? Am I ready to start this new relationship? Am I ready to start this job? Am I ready to move forward? Am I ready to move house, move country, relocate? You're ready. Or even if it's just, am I ready to move on? Am I ready to just focus on me? You are ready. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need anyone to tell you that. If you feel ready, you're ready, At the bottom of the deck, we have big happy changes. So I do feel like you're making big changes to your life that may be very, like, it may be a very big decisions you have to make, because you're considering other people's feelings, you're considering the consequences of making big decisions. But regardless, you're ready. This is your life. Sometimes you can't always be so focused on how other people are going to feel towards it, especially when you've been so kind and self-sacrificing towards other people for so long. It's time for you to be selfish and just think, you know what? I need to be open and honest with everyone and just stick to my guns and stick to my decision, rather than just, you know, doing things and what's expected of me, or fear of how other people are going to receive it, you know, in the most healthy way, not in a selfish, horrible way. Okay. Any advice you have for Libra? We have wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. So maybe you feel like, oh, why am I not seeing progress in my life in this area? Why are things not working out for me in this area? It's not that things are not working out. It's just the wrong time. I feel like things are working out slowly but surely, but this is a card that's requiring you to be patient. You know, things are changing, but you've got to be patient. We have lost lands, soul memories, gifts. You've done this before. So you guys may have had life paths where you could be doing a similar field job, but you know you're meant to do something else. Or this is your lifetime to break away and change the direction of which things had been flowing in the past, okay? And we do have, you are not for everybody, okay? Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. You may feel like, oh, I'm supposed to be with this type of people because this is what I'm used to. Or I'm supposed to do this type of job because this is what I'm used to. I'm supposed to present like this way because that is what's expected of me. And Spirit is just saying, listen, you're unconventional, you're different, you're unique. You don't need to try and fit in and do what everybody else is doing and do what's expected of you. Everybody does that, and that's fucking boring. You don't want to be an NPC. You're the main character, you know? You're not gonna be for everyone. And you know what? That's okay. You may feel the urge to break away from people because you feel like they don't get you, and it is what it is. They don't accept you as you are. But you need to realize that you have to just be your true self, and whoever likes it will come towards you. Whoever doesn't. You know, who cares, right? At the bottom of the deck, we have your life as a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. That's what I'm saying. I feel like some of you are meant to do something creative, and some of you guys feel like sometimes you don't have full control over your life, and you feel like overwhelmed when things are not going a certain way. You may be guided towards, not guided, but you may be encouraged to do something as traditional, like, oh, go to uni, or, you know, go and get this degree, or do this type of job because it's safe. There's no failure in that aspect. But you may be called to do something completely different and you're scared to take the risk. But I say take the risk regardless. Okay? Or do both. Who knows? Who says you have to do one thing? You could do multiple things. Okay? What advice do you have for Libra? We do have get over yourself. This is all about ego. I feel like a part of you feel like you're scared of failure, or you're scared things won't go a certain way, or you're scared of being seen in a certain way. But you need to, the only opinion that should be mattering the most to you is your own opinion of yourself. Do you feel happy when you do this? Do you like what you do? Are you proud of yourself? If you make content, you should ask yourself, do I like my own content? You know, am I proud of this? Is this something I want to publish? Like, think about how you view yourself, even with appearance, with looks. Do I like the way you look? Am I happy with things are? Your opinion matters most. Everybody else's opinion is just something in the background, right? If people like you for you and like you who you are, then that's just extra validation, but it's not like you need it. As long as you love yourself and you're confident in yourself, that is all that matters. We have drop it. Yeah, I'm getting some of you are feeling very overwhelmed by a lot of thoughts in your head. You're trying to quiet your noise in your head, but you're being asked to drop it. Drop the burdens. You know, you don't need it. You don't need it. Trust me, just drop it. We have thank you. So I feel like a lot of you need to practice a lot more gratitude in your life, and you'll see your life improve. The more you think about what is going well in your life. I know it's easy for human beings to think about what's not going well, but sometimes you do need to think about what is going well in your life, and focus your energy towards what is going right in your life. Like, sometimes I personally look at my life and I'm like, I'm so grateful. Like, I feel like I have everything and anything and everything a person could ever want, especially in this time period. And who am I to complain? You know, everything's going well. If somebody was to look at my life and point out the negatives, oh my God, they'd have so much to say. They'd be like, how can Gemini be so happy when she has this and this and this and this? But with me, I don't see it that way. It's all about positive mindset. I'm like, there's so much I'm grateful and happy about. That's why I'm attracting even more, because I focus on what is going well, not what is not going well. And same with people. It's like, I like to give my love and attention to those who appreciate me and love me for who I am, than to focus on gaining the approval of people who don't like me. Do you see what I'm saying? At the bottom of the deck, we have dare to be happy. At the end of the day, it's all about what makes you feel fulfilled. When I used to do this project called NCS, National Citizen Service, basically one of the speakers came in and they were talking about what kind of job you should have. They said when you do a job, it should have 3 F's. It should be fun, it should have good finance, and it should be fulfilling. It should fulfill you, And if it doesn't have those 3 F's, then you're not in the right profession. Okay. What love advice do we have for Libra? We have healing family issues. We have the trust card. We have the honeymoon. And at the bottom of the deck, we have calling in your soulmate. I feel a lot of you may be having some discrepancies in regards to your love life, and this is impacted due to your past upbringing, or maybe you're worried about what your parents may think of the type of people you like or you want to be with. There's something to do with family for some of you. Maybe it's about your family's approval, but I'm getting sometimes it's about your upbringing, how you've been brought up, and that affects the way you love other people. But if that is the case, you're being advised to do the inner work and think about what actually makes you happy. Don't be so focused on how your parents are going to react to it, because newsflash, love your parents, respect your parents, but with all due respect, your parents are not going to be fucking your partner, are they? You are. So it's more about what works for you and what is best for you. I mean, parents can have their input, they can have their advice, why not? They're wiser than us at times. But at the end of the day, if they can't really pull out anything negative about the partner or partners you want to be with, then, they're just being overly cautious for no reason, right? We have trust. I feel like you got to have a lot more trust in your love life. You may feel like it's hard to be 100% vulnerable at times. You may feel like you may not feel as comfortable to put yourself out there, but you're being advised to trust. We have honeymoon. Enjoy the time of bliss together. I feel like honeymoon is more like an easygoing energy. So if you're talking to someone or going to meet someone, you're being advised to spend some time with them, get to know them, and just take it easy, because you are manifesting them. This is at the bottom of the deck. You're calling in your soulmate by just focusing more on yourself and investing in yourself. But that's all I'm getting for you, Libra. I hope that resonates. If not, then it is what it is. Bye.